Hi there, Trevor here from Double Wheel Movies. Right, well I'll say that again, Double Wheel Movies, because they came out a bit funny, didn't it? Right, so a couple of Mondays ago, my wife and I went up to London to see a couple of bands at the O2. And so instead of coming all the way back and getting up early the next day to go to work, we both took the day off, especially because Tuesday was her birthday. So that allowed us to then wander around London for a bit, and we went to Fopp. We also went to the Lego store in Leicester Square. Spent quite a bit of money in there, but and yes, I spent quite a lot of money in Fopp, and I'm about to show you. But before I get to the Fopp things that I brought, I managed to get myself a copy of this. This is The Prince and the Showgirl, and basically this is the film that they are making in this film. So I'm going to watch that before I get round to doing my first Pinewood tour video. Now I did get ready to do that. I got my shirt on, I got my pass over my neck, I got everything in place, only to find that I didn't have enough storage on my phone. And I've been deleting things, not just getting rid of them, but I've been uploading them to Dropbox. I've got a terabyte storage in Dropbox, you see, and the stuff I've been uploading, I've barely touched the terabyte storage. So I'm thinking, well, why is my phone still got very little storage space left on it? Anyway, a bit of research, and it turned out to be Spotify. So what did I do? It was taking 10 gig of storage on my phone. And I don't download anything from Spotify because it's just for streaming, isn't it? So I went into the settings on the Spotify app. I scrolled right down to the bottom, and there's a blue bar, and that basically shows, it says other apps. So that's all the other apps on your phone, and how much space they are taking up of storage on your phone. Then it's got a smaller bar underneath, and that was how much Spotify was taking up. And then below that was the Spotify cache. Basically, you can empty both of those without it interrupting or confusing the app, so to speak. And I regained 10 gig of storage. So that's left me now with 24 gig of storage on my phone. And I've got a 64 gig storage capacity phone. Anyway, so I never did that episode there and then because I was too frustrated. But now I'm, back on track with things, hopefully. And so that's what the facial hair is for. It's to match my pass. I wanted to be authentic. You can't see that. I wanted to be authentic. So I thought I'd have the same facial hair as I did back then. But when I get to do it, I'll make sure I shave this and tidy it all up and make it look nice. Anyway, so back to our trip to London. So yes, I just got The Prince and the Showgirl from Amazon, basically. But I can't remember, I think I mentioned this, but I activated some points on Arrow, somehow didn't know how to use them, because it wasn't that obvious to me. But then when I found out, I ended up getting Wild Things. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but didn't actually show it. So you've all seen unboxings of this. I've never seen the film, but I'm quite looking forward to seeing it. So that's Wild Things on 4K. Then I had this on pre-order, and I'm not going to do an unboxing because there's been plenty done by now. But it is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And if you saw my, whatever, I think it was episode 4 maybe, or 5 of how physical media is made, then of course I end up at a very special location, don't I? And there's more than just the treehouse location in Burnham Beeches. There's the tree where they sat around the fireplace, and little John is sat up in the tree with the young lad. That is also in Burnham Beeches. Unfortunately now that tree is being held up by scaffolding, because it's so old and it's grown out so wide that you know, they want to try and preserve it. So now actually to what I bought in Fopp. Now these two films, they've been sort of doing the rounds quite a bit, and I finally got round to purchasing this and watching both of them. And they are Terrifier 1 and 2. Now that's how you make horror films in the 2020s. This to me ticks all the boxes in the sense that it's brilliant, it's gory, it's also sort of a bit cheesy in places, it's got all the elements of that we love for horror films. The second one is a little bit long, but still a really good film, and I love the young female clown that appears, and yeah, I just think, and I love the scene at the beginning where Art is washing his rather red, black and white clown costume. That's a brilliant scene in Terrifier 2, and I really enjoyed Terrifier 1. I do have now on order what's it called, All Hallows Eve, and I ordered a Blu-ray from America. Now I understand that it's possibly a BDR, not a glass mastered disc. Now I don't have a problem with that, because you may know that my Sterling Entertainment box sets of Camp Blood, Axe Grinder and Meat Hook Massacre, they are all BDRs. They work fine, and you know, if it meant that the first film they could only bring it out on Blu-ray by doing BDRs because they couldn't afford to do a proper glass master run, then fine. So as long as I don't have any playback issues with it, then I'm all fine with that. I'll let you know when it turns up. Right, so basically everything I got with a slipcover, because that's kind of the way I shop at the moment. And just as we were leaving, or about to pay, I spotted excuse me, yes, I've had a cough. I spotted this, the Vestron release, which is of course Lionsgate, of Candyman. What is it called? Day of the Dead. Where have we heard that before? And I'm told it's not very good. You know, it's kind of the worst out of all of them, but I'll make up my own mind. Yeah, same artwork, not quite a boutique label, is it? But so that's Candyman, Day of the Dead. Then I picked up a couple of World War II films. I've actually got one of them down here. Now, I had quite a stack in my hand, and I thought, okay, I need to get rid of some of these. I can't spend this much money, even though I overspent anyway. And I had a Studio Canal release called The Flying Scot, which is about the robbery on the Flying Scotsman. And I had this in my hand. And I thought, well, this is a World War II movie, so I'll put the Flying Scot one back, because I prefer, you know, World War II takes a bit of priority to me, maybe horror films. Only to get home and find I've already got this. So this is a brand new and sealed version of Frida. It is a World War II film, so I will be looking for a nice home for that. And it will just be at cost price. I don't want to make any profit or anything on it. Anyway, another Studio Canal release, which is also a World War II film I picked up, was They Who Dare. Oops. So yeah, lovely slip on that. I really like that slip cover. Haven't seen this film, so I'm quite looking forward to watching it. It is about a real battle, a real sort of scenario that happened in World War II, so it should be maybe not massively accurate, because don't forget a lot of information would have been classified at the time. And it's in colour too. That gave me the impression it was in black and white, but when you look at the stills on the back, they're in colour. They Who Dare. Oh, I'll do that last, because that isn't actually part of that. That's something else I ordered. Alright, so all the rest of 4Ks, and this will give you indication why I spent too much. The Shallows with a slipcover. I've heard this is a pretty good film, a pretty good shark movie. I quite like shark movies. Of course, we all love Jaws. So I also like Bait. You may have seen a video I did on that, I think, recently. And Deep Blue Sea. They're pretty good shark movies. So I thought I'd give this one a try as well. There we go, The Shallows. Keeping up with the creature features. Keith at Euphoria Pictures showed off a beautiful box set of this, and I'm very tempted to buy that box set purely because of the plaque you get in it, and it is for the film Crawl. Yeah, I kind of didn't realise there was a box set, otherwise maybe I would have gone for it myself. I've been wanting to see this because I saw the trailer, and I think I saw it at the cinema, the trailer. I thought, well, I must watch that film, but I haven't got round to it yet. But that's Crawl. Let's put that there. Another film I haven't seen, but I've wanted to see it more and more, because the more I hear the music, the more I'm starting to get to like the Bee Gees. And of course they did the music for Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta. And obviously this is a new release, so this has a lovely slip on it. Look at that, hey? What a dance floor. You can dance well on that. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing this for the first time. And as you know, I like soundtracks, so I might have to find the soundtrack. Yep, I've already got a lovely digibook of this, but I thought, well, I want it on 4K, and yes, I want the slip because there's one available and it's no extra cost. Brilliant film, and of course it's a Stephen King adaptation, and that is The Green Mile. Yeah, I get pretty emotional when I watch this film, I have to say. I don't shy away from that, but it's a very moving movie. So that's The Green Mile. Another World War II film. Now I saw a comparison video of the Blu-ray from the 2014 big box set, which we actually have, my wife and I, and this 4K, and I mean, we were massively impressed with the Blu-ray, and that same Blu-ray is in this, and it is Casablanca. But looking at the comparison shots and looking at the extra detail and the more three-dimensionality to the picture, and the fact that it looked more black and white rather than just grey, yeah, I can't wait to see this on 4K. It's a brilliant film. Has a very famous line in it, one that all of us have misquoted for years. Because when I first saw this, and I didn't realise the line was in it, but you know, the whole "play it again, Sam." It's not, it's "Sam, play it again." Hey, we always do it. Lots of films get misquoted. Alright, so this film is the middle film in a trilogy, one which started with Unbreakable, and I was very excited to see at the end of Split that Mr. Bruce Willis appeared. Now, funny little story, a friend of mine, we were sat there watching it, and Bruce Willis came on screen, and I jumped up and got really excited, and he got excited, and turns out he didn't actually know why he was excited, because he hadn't seen Unbreakable. So I made him go back and watch Unbreakable, and suddenly he realised why I got so excited that Bruce Willis had appeared in this. So yeah, obviously you get Glass after this, which I do have on Steelbook 4K, and I saw it at the cinema and was slightly disappointed with, but yeah, you know, Bruce was clearly not the with his health, he's not the man he used to be, so maybe that limited the film a little bit. Right, an Arnie classic, which I'm sure a lot of you have gone out and brought. I'm just waiting for Running Man really to get, but I had to get a raw deal, didn't I, with this lovely red slip. And yeah, I got this on regular Blu-ray somewhere, I think, not just DVD. But I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's a pretty cool film. So that was everything for Fopp. Yeah, I did spend quite a bit. Money I didn't really have. It can be pretty dangerous, this whole collecting business. And I have to say, I've just steered clear of the whole Black Friday sales. So there'll be no Black Friday sale videos from me. I hope he doesn't mind, but I was, me saying this, but I was going to go into sort of a joint sort of purchase with Bumper. Anything he ordered from, we were looking at Severin and Vinegar Syndrome, and because there was no free shipping to the UK, we thought, well, between the two of us we can split the shipping and get our respective titles, and then he would ship them over to him and then he would send them, my titles on to me. But thankfully, I think it's a good thing we decided, actually no, neither of us can really justify the cost. You know, we've all got plenty of titles, and the fact that I bought this lot from Fopp, I don't need to buy more in a sale. So, you know, I will be checking out your sales videos when I get the chance. Be interested to see what you picked up in Black Friday. But something else I did order. Alright, this was kind of a Black Friday thing. It was in a sale, it was $9.99, and I did snap it up. So maybe I took part in it, I suppose, just not on the Friday, because they started all these things early, didn't they? This is the last broadcast, and it's 101, and it is number 23. And I did look at the trailer, and I'm quite intrigued by this. I think it's my sort of thing. A lot of the visuals are very much what I like to see. All the sort of computer details and screens, and seeing the lines on the CRTs up close and all that kind of stuff. I love those sorts of special effects. Well, they're not really special effects, they're just sort of zoomed in, but I love how they're filmed. I kind of got into the idea of buying slipcovers by themselves, and I found one after having watched this, and thankfully the blue on it isn't Blu-ray blue, it's dark, because this is actually for a 4K, and it was 1917. Now it was only £2 something on eBay, and that included postage. So there's your 4K, but there's the Blu-ray. I didn't mind, because when the seller actually messaged me and said, I've got more Blu-ray slipcovers, and I looked and realised they were all Blu-ray, and thought, oh. So anyway, I did sort of remember that I don't think there was a 4K slip for this, was there? But I watched 1917, let's see, on the 10th of this month, because on the 11th, the Friday night, I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, the new German Netflix film. Now, after sitting and watching this and really enjoying this, I was a little bit put off with All Quiet on the Western Front, mostly because I'd seen the 1930 version, and I think it's 1979 colour version, and they just had better flow to them, both of those. I thought the Netflix one, it was like, there's that segment, and of course the story's the same, so I was being reminded of each thing as it went on. I was like, oh, this is about to happen, and yeah, it just didn't sit very well with me. And I watched it with the original German audio, because to me that's how these films are supposed to be watched, in their original language. And I was okay reading the subtitles. The production values are brilliant. It was a very well put together film, but this is far better. And I love the fact that they you know, made it look like one massive long shot. Yes, you can tell the sort of the cut points, and some of them are obvious, but some of them are just very subtle but very nicely done. So finally got round to seeing 1917. Yes, I'm more of a World War II fan, but I'm not going to shy away from anything World War One, because of course World War One is where the armistice was signed on November the 11th at 11 o'clock. So the 11th of the 11th, the 11th. And of course the poppy fields are what rose after the war had ended. So that's why we wear the poppy. And I hope you went and saw my, I was on a live stream with Matt V Movies and AJ and Dan from Dan's Man Cave. And we had a brilliant couple of hours talking about war films and the armistice and various bits and bobs. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I'll try and leave a link because I'm actually having trouble with the laptop that I use, because I do this on my phone. I can upload everything on my phone, but I can't seem to do the end screen on the app or on YouTube Studio. So I'll try and leave a link to that. If not, go to Matt V Movies channel, and you won't have to scroll very far because there'll be the war movie chats, and yeah, a couple of hours of the four of us talking war films. That was great fun. So there you go. Sorry I've been ill. And I hope you enjoyed my rather expensive haul from Fopp. Yeah, like I said, I'll be checking out your Black Friday's sales stuff, and let me know about any of the releases that I've got, whether you've seen them, the ones that I said I haven't seen yet, and whether you enjoy them, whether you think I'm going to like them. And give the video a thumbs up so that other people get to see it. Give me a subscribe, go on, I dare you. And take it easy, basically.